What's up, guys? Very cool performance. I mean, Tyson Fury has been dominating boxing for a very long time. He was out for some time, came back and dominated, had awesome fights. Now, after defeating Dillian Whyte, something interesting happened. Obviously, we're quite interested in mixed martial arts. Francis Ngannou was called up in the ring, and then they promised that they're going to compete against each other. Obviously later, I think later in the year or possibly early next year, because Francis Ngannou just set a knee up. Now what's interesting is that they're gonna have a hybrid fight. Hybrid meaning they're gonna mix it up with MMA and boxing. We've seen guys that go into boxing. Obviously the most famous one was Conor McGregor when he fought Floyd Mayweather. He obviously lost, because if they do a pure boxing match, I mean, Tyson Fury should destroy Francis Ngannou. I mean, he's a much better boxer, more experienced. I think most of us would agree that won't be a fair fight. So how can this fight be more fair? Naturally, we need to cut out the feet. Obviously, Tyson Fury doesn't kick, and we don't expect him to kick at all. And then we also need to cut out maybe some knees, elbows. Naturally, they'll probably have to trade boxing in a sense, but how can it be fair? If we look at triad, thriller, combat rules, I think it's the closest that we can expect Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury to fight, where they're using MMA gloves, but not the professional ones like the UFC ones, the smaller ones. They're using the amateur MMA gloves, where you can throw any type of boxing, just no elbows or knees. You can even throw spinning back fists and the swords, just no elbows or knees. But will still that be fair if they use MMA gloves but the amateur gloves? I don't think so. I still feel that Tyson Fury should have a bit better advantage of that if they only box. I feel that they should use like the UFC type of gloves, the smaller ones. Obviously then the power of Francis Ngannou will be more of a difference than the amateur gloves. They're still small, but I feel that Tyson Fury with his movement and boxing experience should still easily beat Tyson Fury. Should they add takedowns? Maybe just a takedown and no ground and pound. That will give much better advantage to Francis Ngannou if you can take him down, maybe like 1 or 2 strikes allowed. So I mean, for it to be hybrid, if it's more purely boxing, obviously Tyson Fury has an advantage. But if they mix it up a bit, maybe they add some elbows as well, I think that should be better for Francis Ngannou. Possibly if there's takedowns, even better. But I feel that if it's more boxing orientated and no takedowns or the swords, definitely Tyson Fury has an advantage. It's going to be an exciting fight. I feel like this hybrid rules should be closer to the way thriller triad rules are, where they're actually fighting in a triangular ring. I think it most likely is going to be in a ring where Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou will fight. And then they should add maybe some elbows or the swords, just give Francis Ngannou a little bit more of an advantage. But if it's more boxing, I don't think he has a chance. But smaller gloves, not the ones that Thriller uses, where it's the amateur gloves. I think the smaller UFC gloves should be better for Francis Ngannou. Maybe add in an elbow or 2, or even takedowns, to make it more fair. I can't wait. It's going to be an exciting fight. Let's wait and see who's going to take it. Who do you think is going to take it?